Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I am a senior citizen with disabilities that is always striving to help other people grow their own food. Currently 80 degrees, the high temperature is going to be 95, so I thought I'd come out early and water some of my plants. The first thing I want to share with you is the green stalks. They're doing so well. I decided just to grow herbs and flowers in them, and so I have some onions and society garlic at the bottom, the basil up there, and the onions and the marigolds are really repelling a lot of insects in this area. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of the dead foliage from my daffodil and tulip beds. And you don't really have to cut it. It just, look at it. It's just coming up real easy. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to cover the 3 garden beds with straw mulch. This is society garlic here and over here. Let's get these little weeds out of here. And I'm just going to let this bed rest until next year. I'm just pulling up what comes up easily. Here's my straw mulch. I like to use easy straw. It is 99% weed or grass free. So occasionally during the winter, while this bed is resting, I'm going to come in here and pull up weeds. Now I want to show you these 3 pieces of society garlic. They're very pungent. You can't grow it from a seed, you grow it from a cutting, as you can see right there. So I'm going to take these 3 pieces and I'm going to put them over there in the green stalks, anywhere where I have space. So the only water that these containers will get, the 3 that I showed you, one here, one there, and one over there, would be what Mother Nature gives them. So I don't want these society garlic to die. Now last year when I put the society garlic in here, I also grew some brassicas, some kale, some spinach, that type of thing. So I was watering it, but I'm not going to water it for the rest of the year. So I'm going to pick these 3 pieces up. And it smells so good. And I'm going to put them right over here so that I can plant them. For my new gardeners, if you see little mushrooms like that, don't worry about it. It's just an indication that you have healthy, moist soil. So we're going to keep this nice and warm during the winter. I got all 3 beds covered. And I was able to remove 5 pieces of society garlic and 3 onions. And any green portion that is still visible, I just left it there. And so that they can just, wither back naturally. And I did the same thing over here. Right in here, I tied up some of the tomatoes that were leaning over into this garden bed. I zip tied them to the cages, but tomorrow I'm going to come in here and clean it out and thin out. And I'm going to wait until tomorrow when the kids are home from school and they can pick up my debris and put it into the compost. Work smart, people, not hard. I don't mind paying my grandchildren to do the bending over and picking up if it's going to save my back and soreness to my polycystic kidneys. After you lay down your straw mulch, be sure to water it because it has something in here that naturally will bond the straw together so the wind won't blow it all over your garden. When I looked at my green stalks to put some garlic and onions in it, I only found 1 space that was available. So I said, you know what? I know that aphids like okra. And I'm going to, and you can see something's been biting here, but I haven't been able to find anything on the leaves. But you can clearly see it's been chewed on. I sprayed with neem oil and I may have stopped it. This is a 25-gallon pot. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 okra plants in it. And here's a couple of marigolds. You can see where I just dropped the seeds pod in here, and I'm going to plant these. But I'm also going to plant some of these onions and garlic in here. I'm just going to make a little hole, press down. I think I'll put one right here. Garlic and onions are excellent companion plants for okra. So let's see, let's put a garlic right here in the middle. Make sure I get those roots all the way down in there, and it's real moist already because I just watered everything. Here's a little garlic that broke off, but it doesn't matter. As long as it's got some roots, it'll still work. So I'm gonna put one right here, just moving the soil back a little bit, getting the roots all the way down. They'll spread out, trust me. I do this all the time. Been doing it for years. Here are my strawberries. I've got 1, 2 onions and 1 piece of society garlic I'm gonna put here, keep the slugs away. See where I put the onion and the society garlic in here. The next thing I'm gonna show you is how I take ordinary tomato cages and build a trellis for my sweet potatoes. Here is one of my 25-gallon containers that I'm growing sweet potato vines in. Now, here's a picture of how I did it last year. I connected 3 tomato cages together, and then I trained them to grow up the cages like a trellis. Now check this out. First thing that I did was I connected all 3 of the tomato cages together. You see, because those little clips, I had them, so I just clipped them all together. And right here, I zip tied all 3 of them together. Now I will start the weaving process. I'm gonna go in and out. And that's it. Every day, I would just start weaving them in and out. They will start curling around the trellis on their own once you get them established. And if you didn't know, these sweet potato vines taste delicious. I love them. A few people say they don't like them. Just depends on your taste buds and your preference. I saute them with a little onion and a little garlic, and tastes like spinach. So there you have it. Now, I'm going to do all 3 of my 25-gallon containers like this. And every day, I just come and check on them, or every other day, and see what I need to weave and move around. So I'll show you all of them when I'm finished. I'm getting a little tired, so I'm going to stop for today. I cannot work too hard because I don't want to have a setback. If you are a senior citizen, or if you have some health challenges, please don't give up. Keep your body moving. It has been proven that it's just something about gardening. Your hands and your feet touch the soil. It'll lift up your spirit and it'll give you energy. But you got to know how to do it. Take as many breaks as you need. I'm sitting under this umbrella where it's much cooler, and always, always stay hydrated. I just want to encourage you. If I can do this, you can do it too. So I'll be back tomorrow to show you some more things. Actually, it'll be like a couple seconds through the magic of video. It's the next day. It's real cloudy out here, but there's no rain in the forecast. Anyway, I want to show you the 3 sweet potato containers that I finished building the trellises with the tomato cages. And then I'm going to show you how I use the same technique to build a trellis for some cucumbers. Yesterday I showed you sweet potato container number 1. Here's number 2, and you can see it's a little bit more advanced than the one that I showed you yesterday. Just come out and wrap those vines around the trellis. It's going to get real full. Here's the 3rd 25-gallon container of sweet potatoes, and I only put 2 trellises in this one because I know that I can use that galvanized pole there and a couple of bamboo sticks here to get them, and then some can sprawl on the mulch on the ground there. And here is the cucumber container that I told you I was going to trellis up. I only used 2 of the tomato cages, zip tied them together, and I'll keep training them to wind up there. Thank you all so much for watching my video. You know that I love you and God loves you too. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Bye now.